if you'd love to tour around Europe to learn about wine, you can do exactly that without even leaving the Maritimes. 2 European sommeliers are hosting a wine tasting event on Sunday, May 18th at Ayla Restaurant in Bears Lake. It's your chance to sample about 20 different wines that you won't find on the beaten path. And the event also includes live music, a charity auction, and unlimited charming stories. So here to tell us more are sommeliers Gabor Badeau and Costa Ellis. Good morning to you both, and thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So let's talk about your upbringing. You both grew up in different countries in winemaking families. Let's start with you, Gabor. Where did you grow up?
So I'm actually coming from Hungary. I grew up in Hungary, actually one of the most famous area for winemaking, white winemaking, which is Tokaj, one of the most famous in Hungary. And I come from a winemaking family. So as my early memories, like I was 3 or 4, I remember my grandma and my granddad used to press juice, and I run there and drink the fresh grape juice. And I have lots of memories with wines and wines around the table.
Wonderful. And Costa, you grew up in Cyprus.
That's right. I was born in Cyprus a long time ago. And I also grew up near the vineyard. And at the last 2 weeks of the summer, we always spent at the village helping with harvesting the grapes.
Yes, and when you were a little one, your job was to guide the donkey.
Yes, I was on the donkey with 2 barrels on either side, and the workers would be filling the barrels, and then my job was to take it to the truck, and my father was there to dump them and back up to the vineyard again. So
amazing. What's the wine in Cyprus? Like, it's white in Hungary. Was it white as well in Cyprus?
No, it's mostly the dark grape Mavro. It's called. That's the one that we cultivated. But there's some famous ones. Today we're going to talk a couple of wines from Greece, which is motherland.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
There is a lot of very old grape varieties in Cyprus and in Greek. So.
Well, this is the thing, when you do actually taste wines from other parts of the world, there's so many different flavors than we can get, on the shelves in our stores here. So let's talk a little bit about the evening. Is going to be educational.
Yes.
And tasting. What's going to happen at the wine
So what
tasting?
we do, basically, we do a master class with Costa where we're going to talk about some Greek and some also other European wines, some Spanish. And of course, we're going to do a blind tasting competition, which is we always do. We try to do a bit more fun, not in a competitive way, but more like in a fun way, so people can learn about some really interesting wine. And after, when we finish that, of course, we're going to pair it with beautiful food from Ella, beautiful Mediterranean and Greek plates. And after, people can go around and taste wines from different agencies. We try to work with one of the best agencies from Nova Scotia, just like Mainbrace Wine and Spirit, Viking Imports, and they bring in some really interesting and amazing wine, as Costa's myself too. So it's going to be really interesting education, and we do some charity as we always do.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, so we're going to do a little mini education session now. So Costa, we'll do as many as we have time for. Pick a wine to talk about. Sean,
well, I'd like to speak about Retsina. Retsina is a type of Greek wine that is kind of famous, but it went off the road a little bit.
Yeah.
And last year when I visited Greece, we had a great opportunity to visit a winery that concentrated on making and upgrading the Retsina reputation.
Which one is that?
This one, it's these two actually, this one and that one. It is mostly usually done with a white grape.
Okay.
These two right here. And this one is done with a red grape. And all it is the pine resin. So when you're tasting it, you're tasting the pine resin from it. And in the older days, this used to be very characteristic of that particular region. Over the last 20, 30 years, it kind of got a bad reputation because it was overdone. So this family from Kechris, fantastic, very professional, very passionate family, brought it back and started making some really nice quality Retsina, which one of the things that we're going to try to do is we're going to tell people and show people that Retsina has really taken that up step in quality, and they're going to see the balance and so that's what I'm going to be doing.
That sounds fantastic. I can't wait to try what the pine resin does to the wine tasting experience. What do you want to shine a spotlight on?
So there is so many good ones. It's hard to pick for me, but if I have to pick one, probably I would choose a Rioja from Ramirez de la Piscina. So it's a Gran Reserva. Rioja Gran Reserva means is actually they age it for a really long time. So 5 years in total, which is a long time for a wine to keep. This comes from 2013, as you see, so already has some nice age on the wine in the bottle. And also has a really, really interesting story. As you see on the bottle, every bottles are numbered. They only did 6,000 bottles, which is a really, really small amount in winemakings. 6,000 bottles is like nothing. This is the 4,011-12 bottle number.
Wow.
The story about this wine, it's still family owned, of course, and the granddad, the little short story, the granddad put his last money on the lottery in Spain, win the lottery, and decided to open his winery, first winery. And since then, in 1905, they have this wine available in all Europe and now in Nova Scotia as well.
Okay, when you drink that wine, you get good luck,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, hopefully, eh? Yes.
Well, Costa and Gabor, we're pretty much out of time. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the evening before we go?
Yeah, so please look us up on or buy tickets. We still have some tickets left, not too many. We try to do quality instead of quantity, so we have some really limited tickets left. And if you would like to buy it, find us at pertu.ca, so that's pertu.ca, and you can learn about the upcoming wine tasting.
Wonderful. And Gabor, what's your favorite wine before we go?
My favorite wine?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or highlight
Well,
one that we
I'm
don't
going
know
to talk about Greek wines. One of my favorite varietals is Xinomavro. Fortunately, it's very hard to pronounce, but it's been one of my favorites for the last little while.
Hard to pronounce, but probably easy to drink. And we will find out more about that at the event. We put all the information on our website to make it easy for you to find. Thank you both so much for coming in. I can see that it's going to be a fun night of learning.